Hey, hey. Nope, not an option right now. That's for sure. Maybe in the future when I get back into more consistency on streaming. Still saving up those points. Sorry. You don't have yours. No, not for me.
Three mics
One
Doritos.
for you. Thank you. Yes. Do you not have Ranger Tab? God damn it. Meow.
Booted from the server from a sound file.
That's all good, Hunter. Oh, pointer. Where are you vacationing at?
MAJ J.LaFlash. Alpha Company is all present and accounted for. Sir.
Outstanding. Go ahead, post. All right. Make sure I'm on yelling. Hear me in the back. Good deal. All right. Wow. This is a good one today. I love it. All right. So first off, Happy New Year, Battle Boars. Glad we have everybody back in formation. Of course, today kicks off a brand new 2025. I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday exodus, their furlough. Hopefully you had a nice break, and also was able to spend some time, family, friends, recharge, get more excited for what's going to be happening here in 2025. Ultimately, we just got to make the most of it. Our 2024, we had some pretty good milestones from maintaining our 6 combat squads within 2 platoons, as well as our 3 cab. Every end of the year, it's kind of a crunch in the month of December. Obviously, it's a shortened month. This month of December, we ended up finishing our operation the last weekend, or the first weekend of the month, so last ceremony. So we had a couple weeks of fun ops and just kind of ring in the holidays with a little bit more relaxed environment. Within that time frame, we also had our soldiers. Our soldiers have the ability to report in the normal way now. Normal for us that have been in the unit for a couple years, or at least past the last 6 months. Back in September when we moved to the new website, we all know we lost the ability to report in. We lost the ability to do quick attendance records. And now all that is back. I mentioned that last in December as we just launched it right before the ceremony. All that is active again. Obviously for Exodus, we turned off the report in so nobody could. That way nobody went AWOL if they didn't. It is now active, which means after 7 days, or 9 days technically, we want you to report in weekly. We give you a 2 to 3 day grace period just in case to report in weekly. If you don't, you automatically get moved to AWOL. Obviously, once you land AWOL, it's no, hey, we'll have your COC for sure. Hopefully, get in contact. Say, hey, remember to report in. But other than that, it's going to be once you're on there, report in, get off of it, or if you're on there too long, you won't be in the unit anymore, unfortunately. That's the way we had it in the past. That's the way we're going forward with it. Attendance, SLs, fire team leaders, attendance is live now. So effective as of yesterday, as we talked about our first squad drills back, you have 48 hours to submit that attendance. Anything past there will not be accepted. So again, Saturday you have till Tuesday. If you have squad drills on Saturday, you have until 1500 on Monday to submit that squad drill attendance. Same thing for today's ceremony and today's FTX start. You have until 48 hours later, which is Tuesday at 1500 to submit that attendance. It's very important. I fear as we go through and talk about year-end awards and our end of campaign awards, what's that look like? Did we miss anybody with the old website transition? I feel 100% confident in that, but we still had quite a few attendances not submitted by our leadership for ops, for everything. So it was very spotty at best. So I hope nothing is missed, but if so, hopefully we learn from it and move forward in 2025 here. To talk about some of those milestones, I like to cover some of the DMOS. DMOSs have to submit your end of year report of how the DMOS, how the S shop worked throughout the last year. So I have some statistics. Overall, we'll start off with S1, recruiting and retention. We took in 233 applications in 2024. We accepted 184 of them, dropped 49 of them. This is down from the prior year. Prior year, we were in the 300 some, so we're almost 100, or just over 100 applicants short from 2023 to 2024. That is the trend of a lot of these. Obviously, less people coming in. Of course, there's going to be less things that happen in the unit in terms of like BMO stuff, logistics stuff. But so we'll kind of speed run through a lot of this. This will be posted on the website as well in our for our soldiers to be able to view. But S2 Intel completed 32 missions for us, completed between patrols and missions of Operation Northern Lights, along with an additional 17 FTX and company CTCs earlier in 2024. S3 operations, FIG, they completed 51 OSETs. That's 5 more than the prior year, with a total of 88 graduates, and 26 of those were honor grads, which is 14 more than we had last year. So obviously, training is top notch. There was also an additional 3 airborne schools, 4 air assaults, 2 combat medics, including the new CAT. We had 5 combat lifesaver, including some of the new CAT. 4 land navs, 2 ranger schools, and an additional 7 courses. In total, 27 additional courses. That's two extra courses a month that our FIGs ran in 2024. We then have BMO process 290 maintenance requests. We had CID process 423 uniform creation or request updates in 2024. We had COE produce almost double of what we did last year with 21 mod updates, mod pack updates, as well as several testing. I think about 7 mods we went through and made sure we tested in COE. We then rounded out with public affairs, posting 103 news articles through 2024, as well as a total of 157 videos produced by our broadcast journalism team. So that's either the live streams, the shorts after that, the shorts, and then also like the short cut up video that's like 10, 15, 20 minutes. So, these are just some of the accomplishments we achieved in 2024. I'm proud of all the hard work all our teams put in. DMOS's is one of those that it's the not fun side of this unit. However, it is so vital to our success. And you imagine if we didn't have our recruiting and retention to bring in 223 people, or 233, CID to process over 400 uniforms. That is insane. So outstanding work. Like I said, these numbers and stats will be posted. I do want to take some time to welcome some new enlistees that enlisted with us in December. We had Hayes, O'Connor, Bradley, Copper, Burgess, Johnson, Lubisenko, M. Marsh again, and Sapp again. So we did have some re-enlistments, which is outstanding. And then just after the new year, we're already on day 5. We're kicking off the new year with some great enlistments already. So RRO is still kicking in. We have FIG. We have a land nav course scheduled for January 11th, and an airborne school scheduled for January 25th. Obviously, you need land nav to go to airborne. So if you're fairly new, make sure you're hitting up that land nav. Also, with that, if you haven't already seen, our signups for FIG courses has changed. It's no longer a copy and paste. You go in and copy and paste your name into whatever course you want to sign up for that's there. It is now all handled under the Operations Center. There's a bunch of little tabs down at the bottom that some say courses or training, and then you click on the course that you want to take, and it'll show that there's a live class, and you're able to sign up as a student right there. So Lieutenant Vandal and now Sergeant Clayton are able to show that process. We might have to get some, little videos out there if we need to, but ultimately I think we're all on the same page there. Let's see. We do have a great amount of anniversaries. We have Lieutenant Vandal coming up on the 18th of January on his 4-year anniversary in the unit. 12 months to go until he hits that 5-year and gets that next gift. We have Chief Warrant Officer Tracy hitting up 2 years on the 25th of January. We have Sergeant First Class Duck 2 years on the 25th as well. We have Specialist Houston on the 20th of January hitting 2 years. We have Specialist Creos and Specialist Co. both hitting 2 years on January 25th. And then we got Corporal McIntosh, on the 14th, hitting his 1 year, and Specialist T. Anderson on the 19th, hitting his 1 year. So in this case, out of all these soldiers, we don't have any 3 year, no 5 year, but we do have those two, McIntosh and Anderson. I'll be in touch with you to be able to ship you your 1 year anniversary gift to your house. So looking forward to being able to celebrate that with you. All right. I'm going to try to speed as much as I can. Today's a big day. Not only is this ceremony report over 20 pages long, so I appreciate that, leaders. The big thing that makes that is obviously the year-end awards. We have the campaign awards. We have the unit citation awards. The large awards like that, I won't call everybody up because literally it'd just be the entire formation because it's everybody in the unit that will receive one of these if you served in the campaign that we just completed. So anything like that, I'll make a preference. Don't report in or don't post. I'm just going to list off the names, the full official list, in case you missed your name, you're not sure which one you got. Again, will be posted by Public Affairs. So to start off, go ahead. Let's get SAP, Sergeant D. Marsh, and myself. So go ahead, post. There you go. All right, about face. Perfect. All right. These two soldiers, including myself, are hereby being awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal. It's for donating to the unit. I think this is we ended 2024 strong with, I think, hitting our goal in November and December of our unit funds and our goal, which is $150 a month. We do have some pretty lofty bills coming up in 2025. Obviously, our servers and our website, stuff like that, all that annual renewal stuff is quite expensive. So it's extremely important that we continue to honor and show appreciation to soldiers that donate. There is no requirement to donate. Obviously, you do get a medal. In this case, SAP, you're being awarded this with V-Device for donating $100 in the month of December. Then Marsh and myself threw in 50 as well. Each. So the bare goal is to hit that $50 mark, and it's up to our soldiers and us to make sure that the lights are on. And that's really, two things really kill units, and that's lack of finance and leadership. So big thank you to these two soldiers and myself for constantly throwing in. It's up to our C staff to make sure that we constantly still have funds coming in, and to have soldiers dedicated to do it on their own is outstanding. So thank you much.
Wow.
Hello. Bellface. Thanks again, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get... Let's see how big this list is. All right, this ain't that bad. We got myself, Captain Tucci, First Sergeant Garcia, Sergeant Duck, Sergeant Marsh, Sergeant Fives, Corporal Gregg, Specialist Strickland, Specialist T. Anderson, Specialist Moffat, Specialist Rao, Irwin, D. Brewer, Franklin, Peach, Specialist J. Anderson, Mackenheimer, Bartol, and Minsink. Post. All right, go ahead, Bellface. All right. This large group is hereby being awarded the Good Conduct Medal. This is awarded every 3 months of service with, obviously, good conduct. Means no AWOL lapses. You TPR when you need to. You report in when you need to. You are there, or you're communicating that you're not there, as well as just discipline and military bearing, right? So you're not creating a ruckus. So a big thank you to these soldiers, and congrats on another 3 months, and hopefully we see you up here in another 3 months. Cool. Bellface. Congratulations. Fall back in. All right. Next up, if I can get Lotus, White, Starlings, Vic, McIntosh, Sheben, T. Hunter, Houston, myself, Pointer, Lieutenant Cooper, Sergeant McKenzie, Sergeant D. Marsh, Sergeant Nagy, Sergeant Starling, and Sergeant Strocht. Post. All right. About face. All right, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Service Medal. Um, so this is awarded for only in DMOSs, meaning these soldiers served at least 6 months in their current DMOS. So I'll kind of just go down the line here quick. We have several of them for FIG. So FIG is Lotus, White, Starling, Zavik, McIntosh, Stevens, Hunter, Houston. We then have myself and Pointer for RRO. We then have Public Affairs with Cooper, McKenzie, Marsh, Nagy, Starling again, and Schacht. So again, thank you for your 6 months in a DMOS. I'm going to hit that quite a bit, how important those are. So thank you again. Hua.
Whoa.
No, Bellface. Fall back in. Outstanding. All right. Next up, if I can get Walk Erickson, we got Meadows, we got Freeling, we got McKenzie, we got White, we got Poltrack, we got D. Frost, Chief Warrant Officer style. We got Jerez, we got Burchik, we got Ramirez, we got Houston, we got Allen, and I think that's it. All right, post. Cover down to your right a little bit. Center on me. There you go. Move on down, White. To your right. To your right. There you go. Always center as much as possible. We'll work on that in 2025. All right, about face. All right, so I got Frost, White, and Arez. All right. So in this case, I'm only going to read to save time. Again, all these will be posted on their profiles, so you can check those out. But so in this case, we have White. Hereby being awarded the Army Achievement Medal. Distinguished himself through exemplary performance, technical expertise, and unwavering dedication to mission success. His meticulous planning, precision execution of flight operations, and steadfast commitment to the safety ensured the successful completion of numerous high-risk missions in support of Operation Northern Lights. Warrant Officer White's professionalism and attention to detail within the aircraft directly contributed to the overall effectiveness of the campaign, reflected great credit upon himself, 3rd ID MILSIM, in the United States Army. We then have Mr. Frost. Although recent addition to 3 Cab's 317th, he has proven himself invaluable to the mission success as an Apache co-pilot gunner. Chief Warrant Officer 2's Frost's exceptional skill, adaptability, and dedication have enabled him to make an immediate impact on operations. His contributions to Voodoo Flight have significantly enhanced the unit's effectiveness and reflect great credit upon himself, 3 Cab, and the 3rd Infantry Division. Rez, we have has been a solid addition to Warlocks, providing a unique insight into how many nations utilize their tactics. His interests, passions, and dedications for improvement of the squad designated marksman course is inspiring, and in showing such devotion to the unit, he surely deserves this recognition, being awarded the Army Achievement Medal. So outstanding. As I listed a lot of names. There's a lot of great stuff here. So if you see that, please go check it out. We got Erickson being awarded this. We got Burchek, Ramirez, Hudson, Allen, Meadows, Freeling, McKenzie, and Poltrack as well. So just outstanding work by these soldiers. So congratulations. Hua.
Whoa.
All right. Ballface. All right, fall back in. Next up, if I can get Clayton, Lotus, Specialist Houston, Sergeant Duck, Sergeant Starling, Specialist Erickson, which might not be walk. Then we got our winners, lady winners, and Nicholas Post. All right. So we have first, we got winners, Starling, Duck, and Lotus. All right. So in this case, all these soldiers are hereby being awarded. Oh, sorry, Bellface. These soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal. So many of these, in this case, they're not too far or too long, so I might be able to squeeze them in. So in this case, we got Clayton distinguished himself as the top cadre of 2024. And also the top drill sergeant in FIG in 2024 with an outstanding 39 attendance points, which means he attended 39 of the courses or led 39 of those courses. We got Lotus, the chief's expertise and professionalism made him the top #1 range safety officer in 2024. He attended 17 courses reflecting consistent presence and that support. We got Houston being the top instructor. Our skills as an instructor earned him the title of the top 2 cadre of 2024, also the top instructor of 2024. His great commitment and training and development is underscored by his amazing 31 attendance points in the court or in FIG. We have Duck for the most BMO requests, landing in at 92 overall inside BMO. We have Sergeant Starling for his work as a top broadcast combat journalism within the unit. I didn't write down a number though, so I'll take their word for it. Top broadcast journalist. We have Erickson being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal for being the top journalist within public affairs. We then have Corporal Winners here. Has held the line completing uniforms throughout the calendar year of 2024 by completing a total of 105 total requests, accumulating to over 25% of the requests that came in 2024. As I mentioned earlier, there was 400 some requests. She had over 25% of those. To say the least, she's held the line, is putting it lightly, as she never wavered getting the job done and really took on those extra responsibilities. CID is lucky to have her, and obviously we'll talk later, we'll miss her. And then we have Staff Sergeant Nicholas and CID being doubled down on his dedication to being creating a lot of tracking and enabling the CID team to better track awards and requests. These actions proved his competence as the section leader, as well as his overall commitment to streamlining this information for our CID team. So this one is all, again, being awarded the Joint Service Commendation Medal. So huge. Why we do the year-end reports is to, shed some extra light on those soldiers that went above and beyond. There's a difference from joining a DMOS and hitting the bare minimum. Again, DMOSs are only required for corporals and higher. So being a specialist that are on this list, and in this case we had a few that don't have to be in a DMOS, but they are, and they were the top person in that DMOS in 2024, which is outstanding. So big thank you to these soldiers. Cool.
Wow.
All right, about face. Thanks again, soldiers. Fall back in. All right, next, if I can get Warrant Officer White, Sergeant McMahon, Sergeant Donnelly, Sergeant McKinsey, Specialist Fuller, and Specialist Seabrans. Post. Perfect posting. Love that. Nice job. All right, Belface. So these soldiers, I listed 6 of them, are hereby being awarded the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal. So these soldiers hit their 365 days, either their first time in service 1 year or multiple in this case for many of these E5s, for being in the unit. So these soldiers were reached out last month via PM asking to send their anniversary gift if they hit that 1 year or 3 year. So in this case, we always award the Armed Forces Expeditionary every year of service over 365 days, as well as a deployment in there. Luckily for us, we always deploy. So outstanding job, and thank you. Oh,
Wow.
all right, Buffus. Thanks again for another year of service. Fall back in. All right, if I can get Specialist Co, Specialist Pointer, Owa and Erickson, Rao, Author, Pointer again, Hall, K Hall, Meadows, Snyder, Fitzgerald, Swoop, Starling, Irwin, Kidon and Hunter, Ramirez and Hewson, Jaeger and Krios. Post. I pray to God some of you Oh my God! I just saw an entire formation move. All right, this one might take a little bit. Outstanding. Happy you're in formation. That's a little sarcastic, but I truly am. All right, go ahead, Belface. All right, who we got? Start off. We got Sergeant Fitz coming in. Where did I read your name? There it is. All right. Sergeant Fitzgerald, during Operation Northern Lights, Fitzgerald has excelled at any role asked of him, both primary and secondary. His dedication to excellence and self-improvement is the embodiment of the ethos and cultures within Griffins, and should be used as an example for all members to follow. Fitzgerald's exemplary performances as an assistant squad leader has developed his squad into a well-oiled machine, and the camaraderie and retention speaks volumes for his ability in his role. Not to mention the tactical efficiency of the squad. The unwavering support base he provides for platoon leadership to trust his management and judgment of wizards has been invaluable in allowing the wider development of the platoon and the teamwork and coordination between platoons can only be possible because of his hard work supporting the headquarters platoon from the ground up. For his service, we'd like to award him the ARCOM. Ooh, outstanding. We then have Swoop. Swoop. Throughout the early years of of Operation Northern Lights, Swoop acted as a consistent, sturdy base for others to lean on within the team. Or I should say, throughout the early, not just since the early, throughout the early parts, providing a measured perspective and being dependable in giving expertly timed advice for other members of the platoon. Following a demand for new leadership within Warlocks, Swoop answered the call in the time of need and stepped up into learning his new role. His dedication to overcoming difficulties and his flawless understanding of when and where to point out mistakes in a training environment has made him an invaluable asset to the platoon and has been instrumental to Warlock's flourishing. His determination and support in service has also earned him an Archon. Starling. When this is spread across like 4 pages, that tells you how big these things are. All right, Starling. Where'd I miss you? Right there. Starling's dedication for perfecting his craft has enabled long-term sustainment of 1st Platoon during the entirety of Operation Northern Lights campaign. His actions are often not seen by many, but often affect them all. Promptly delivering supplies where they are needed to prolong the fight, communicating fire missions with higher headquarters to eliminate hard targets, enabling the platoon additional maneuverability, and surveying and communicating with 3-cab to exfil and infiltrate sites, allowing hasty deployments and exfil for the platoon. These actions are keeping in the highest standards or traditions of the 3rd ID, Realism Unit, and the United States Army. We have OWA. And I believe Erickson's not in here, but OWA and Erickson were both hereby being awarded a V device with this ARCOM. During Operation Northern Lights, both corporal and specialists led their fire teams with high efficiencies, making sure that every order given was completed, helping their soldiers with everything needed, as well as for preparing for the mission, and ultimately completing that mission. We then have Jaeger. During Operation Northern Lights, took the role as AT. As an AT gunner, the specialist was on point every time enemy armor showed up. Without his skill and reaction, first squad, wouldn't have survived that long. Maybe first platoon. You never know. So congratulations, specialist, being awarded ARCOM. We then have author. Here's a split between 2 pages, of course. Being awarded the ARCOM with V device during his deployment. The specialist has been his squad's hidden gem. While his leadership was busy with school, he had zero problem stepping up, no matter what was needed of him. Even if he was flustered and overwhelmed, he always gave top quality leadership to his team. He's the first person, no matter what, to call out when he's made a mistake, and how he feels, and always corrects that quickly. Even though Arthur has had many challenges throughout his year, he has always put the unit first, shows how much he cares for his teammates and the unit ahead of himself, while being the best possible medic and leader that we could ask for as a squad medic. His medical knowledge, situational awareness, leadership skill, and brutal honesty has shown how an amazing of a medic he is, while always showing how lucky a fire team leader is to have him as their right hand during anything the enemy throws their way. For this dedication, expertise, and professionalism, he's being also recognized with an ARCOM. So I believe that's all the ones that are present. As I said, we also called out Pointer, which is actually in stream, so I will read this one. With V device, specialist demonstrated outstanding dedication, professionalism, technical expertise in his role throughout his time as our forward observer. His exceptional radio discipline and unwavering accuracy in calls for fire were critical in ensuring the success of numerous missions. His ability to task load while maintaining the accuracy is second to none. Working closely with 3CAB, the specialist's precise coordination and timely communication significantly enhanced the effectiveness of fire support operations. His professionalism and commitment to excellence sets the standards for many to follow, directly contributing to the success of the unit and overall mission. Specialist's exemplary performance reflects great credit upon himself, the United States Army, setting an exemplary standard for all FOs who aspire to achieve in this unit. So he is being awarded the ARCOM with Valor. Oh, and Hunter's here too. Okay. I made the mistake. Hunter, this is being awarded with Specialist Kit on during Operation Northern Lights. Both specialists took every opportunity to help their squad whenever needed without being asked from their TL or fire team leader. Both of these soldiers carried on their duty with honor, efficiency, shows great credit upon themselves, their squad, their platoon, 3rd ID. All right. That is it. All right. So go ahead. Outstanding. These soldiers, again, all were being awarded the ARCOM. Those that I didn't call out was the Co, Erickson, and O was here. We have Rowe, Hall, Meadows, Snyder, Irwin. I just read Kidon. So we got Ramirez and Houston and Krios. So again, go check out those soldiers. Outstanding. Cool. About face. Congrats, soldiers. ARCOM's a big deal. Outstanding. Fall back in. All right. Luckily, I brought some hydrations. Let's make sure I got these all marked up. If I can get Sergeant Nagy post. If he's present. I don't see him in... Nope, Sergeant Nagy is here. All right. About face. All right. Sergeant Nagy here is hereby being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal. The Humanitarian Service Medal used to be awarded mostly for voting. Unfortunately, we don't currently have that ability to track votes. Those that were here prior to the old website, it used to be part of the requirement for even some of the promotions. There is talk about working on getting it set back up to track votes. However, this is the only reason why. I have no intentions of putting that back into promotions yet. We'll see. However, in this case, Sergeant Nagy is being awarded the Humanitarian Service Medal for purchasing $50 worth of games or more and DLCs for a fellow soldier in the unit. This seems to be the most common one. Last month we awarded it again for somebody that purchased several games for soldiers. The big key here is that you're purchasing additional things outside of $50 or more, so it's similar to a unit donation. But a donation to a member, a fellow soldier. So big thank you to Sergeant Nagy for donating that $50 and game, technically, to, in this case, Chief Warrant Officer Tracy, so that they can all play the same games over the Exodus. So outstanding job. Hua.
Hua.
All right, Bellface. Thank you, Sergeant Nagy. Fall back in. All right, if I can get Garcia. Oh, sorry, Nagy. Get back up here. First Sergeant and Garcia. First Sergeant Garcia and Sergeant Nagy. Post. All right, Bowface. All right, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Joint Service Achievement Medal. Again, only an award awarded via DMOSs. In this case, First Sergeant for completing the second most BMO requests with 76. We then have Sergeant Nagy being awarded this for his work within public affairs journalism, stepping in the time of need. Sergeant Nagy, without question, stepped in as the journalist lead, really in the absence of the prior team leader, and continued to produce those over 105 articles that we put out in 2024. So outstanding job. Big thank you to these soldiers. Oh. All right, Bellface. Congrats again. Fall back in. All right. Next, if I can get Chief Tracy, Sergeant Fitzgerald, Corporal Swoop, Sergeant Starling. Oh, hold on. I think I'm reading the wrong way. Correct yourself. Stand by. I had the page backwards. So that was the Archon list I was just reading off again. So I do have, though, in this one, Chief Tracy and Corporal Winters post. I made the mistake of printing this back to back, so I only have to use 10 pages of paper, not 20. So I was reading the wrong side. All right, Bellface. All right, in this case, we have Chief Tracy, Corporal Winters are hereby being awarded the Meritorious Service Medal, the MSM. So for Chief, for exemplary meritorious service as a pilot conducting heavy lift operations in support of combat operations from May 5, 2024 to current through 2024. The Chief Warrant Officer Tracy, United States Army, distinguished himself through outstanding performance and unwavering dedication while operating the CH-47 Chinook helicopter in support of Operation Northern Lights. His exceptional airmen and leadership during critical missions significantly enhanced the effectiveness of ground operations and contributed, I'm going to mess that up every time, to the success of the overall campaign. Throughout this period, The Chief Warrant Officer executed numerous heavy lifts operations under challenging and hostile conditions. His meticulous planning and flawless execution enabled the timely transport of vital supplies, equipment, and personnel to remote and frontline locations. Despite facing adverse weather and enemy threats, he demonstrated remarkable skill and composure, ensuring mission achievement while prioritizing the safety of his crews and those on the ground. The chief's commitment to excellence was further exemplified during an urgent resupply mission when he successfully delivered critical ammunition and medical supplies to a besieged unit, directly impacting their operational capabilities and morale. His ability to adapt to evolving situations, make decisive decisions in high pressure environments, showcase his exceptional capabilities as an aviator and leader. Chief Warrant Officer Trace's exemplary service reflects great credit upon himself, 3-Cab United States Army. His dedication and outstanding achievements during these combat operations exemplify the highest standards of military service. And we got Corporal Winters. Regina Winters has served in medical capacity at the highest level of expertise and professionalism. Her knowledge, her skill, and her dedication has kept many soldiers and officers alive throughout many FTX trainings, many missions, and the entire campaign. Her skill and dedication to medical didn't waver when transitioning to CAP Medical. It only strengthened her skill and expertise and experience, increasing her knowledge and even helping shape the medical we currently know today in the unit. All the medical team and also First Platoon thanks Corporal Winters for her unwavering dedication, professionalism, and skill within the medical side of the unit. So again, these soldiers are hereby being awarded the Meritorious Service Medal for their outstanding service of their current positions. Oh, outstanding.
Wow.
All right. About face? Something big. Congrats. Outstanding, guys. Fall back in. All right. The next couple here, let's knock off some of these. All right. So next up, if I can get Slick, Brewer, McTavish, Langley, Sapp, Martinez, Cool, and Mackin post. That damn button's right next to each other. I get it. All right, about face. All right, these soldiers are hereby being awarded their Combat Infantry Badge Stage 1. So this is awarded for soldiers that are that deployed for their very first time. Stage 1 is their first combat engagement. So in December, they just hit that first combat step. So many of these are lower enlisted, private specialists. So congratulations hitting that first one. With this, your CIB Stage 1 is also awarded with an overseas stripe. You only get one per deployment. Doesn't mean if you switch over. We did make that mistake before to where we have a additional overseas stripe when we issued a cab as well. So, but congratulations on achieving your Stage 1. Hua.
Wow.
All right. Buffets. Congrats, soldiers. Fall back in. Next up, if I can get Borovitsky, Magridson, and Peck post. All right, these soldiers, I don't see any movement. These soldiers are hereby being awarded Stage 2, which means they hit their second part, or their second engagement or their combat campaign. Specialist Franklin, I don't think I saw him either. Specialist Franklin, a longtime soldier, couple tours with us, is hereby also being awarded his Stage 4 for achieving, that's the final stage. If we had a Stage 3, we usually always award a GWAT and the 3rd ID combat patch. So those that just hit Stage 2, next campaign you'll be there. If I have Rao and Snyder post. Don't see him present. Okay. So these soldiers, being a part of outside infantry, are hereby being awarded the Combat Action Badge. So different than the infantry badge, but same standard. Engaged in a combat operation. So in this case, Rao Stage 1 CIB or CAB, and then Snyder recently switched from infantry to um, uh, outside of infantry with Stage 2. So congratulations, soldiers. All right, if I can get Fox, McIntosh, Pointer, Siebens, Jaeger, Burke, and M. Marsh, private type. Talk to your COC, Bills. All right, Bellface. So these soldiers are hereby being awarded their air assault badge. Month of December, we were able to push through a air assault course, and these were the graduates of that course. So again, coming in and hitting that a skill badge and on one of the courses, and as we go through and kind of revamp some of our courses and get into you know more efficient courses, I should say. Outstanding job on getting through this one. We'll see what 2025 makes these courses look like. But congratulations on achieving your air assault badge. Oh.
Wow.
All right, Belface. Congrats, soldiers. Fall back in. All right. If I can go get me Meadows post. Don't see any movement. We have PFC Meadows, hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of E4 Specialist, entering that coveted E4 Mafia. So congratulations to him. Oh.
Wow.
All right. Just I'm getting all my pages mixed up. Ain't good for me. All right. So I'm going to go through quick here and read off, let's see, 12, 13. Yeah, this is 3 pages as well. So these are just the soldiers' names I'm going to read off. No posting is necessary. We're getting to the part to where we're going to be talking, in this case, our campaign ribbon. So with Operation Northern Lights, we were in the European theater. So in this case, all soldiers on this list is hereby being awarded the European campaign ribbon. So in this case, we have LaFlash, Tucci, Vandal, Sea Winners, Cooper, Dio, Lotus, Poltrak, Defrost, Tracy, Hall, Fox, A. Erickson, White. We got Brock, who's retired. We got Garcia, D. Marsh, Duck, Kovic, who's retired. Ayers, who's retired. We got Jay Nicholas, Ivanov, Bird, Starling, Zvik, Shade, who's retired. Donley, Clayton, Fives, York, McMahon, Fitzgerald, Nagy, Greg, our winners, Owa, Bird, E, Grigorov, Swoop, McTavish, Hewson, J. Erickson, Bartal, Ramirez, Jaeger, Irwin, Hunter, Ericola, Slick, Rao, Megson, Williamson, Bills, Siebens, Brewer, Franklin, Sorgel, Peck, Forrester, J. Anderson, Fuller, Mackenheimer, Minsink, Pointer, Schneider, Jerez, Strickland, T. Anderson, Burjek, Coe, Moffitt, Author, Borovetsky, McTavish, Langley, Thompson, Allen, Hudson. Sorry, next page. Meadows, Sapp, M. Marsh, M. Johnson. All right. So again, all these soldiers, basically, if we missed anything, if you're in this formation and you have a combat record that you served in one of our operation missions, again, it has to be a mission, not necessarily a shaping effort or a presence patrol. Okay, I had to be a part of a mission. You are hereby being awarded that European campaign ribbon. So with that, we do heavy tracking in terms of the attendance of our campaign missions. So we usually award out one of the following unit citations. We got the Army Superior Unit Citation. In this case, anybody that served in 1 mission to 7 missions. We have the Valorous Unit Citation or Award. Anybody that served from 8 missions to 14 missions. And then we have the Presidential Unit Citation. Anybody that served from 15 to 20 combat missions. In this case, this was a total of 20 combat missions, 32 with all the extra presence patrols, stuff like that. So this is just combat mission. Does not include necessarily the Ranger mission either, because that's above and beyond. That's a skill based. So I'm going to start with the Army Superior. So we got A. Erickson, Fox, Brock, Kovic, McKinsey, Shade, M. Johnson, Grigoroff, Burchek, Brewer, Perez, Franklin, Freeling, Slick, Segal, Kit, Borovetsky, Thomas, Langley, Allen, Meadows, McTavish, Hudson, Sapp, Covey, M. Marsh, M. Johnson, Martinez, Mackin, and Kroll are all hereby being awarded the Army Superior. So you served under 7 combat missions in the year of 2024. We then got the Valorous Unit Citation. Again, these are soldiers that have hit the 8 to 14 range. We have myself, Captain Tucci, Lieutenant Vandal, Winners, Cooper, Dio, Poltrack, Frost, Defrost, Smith, Hall, D. Marsh, Schacht, Zvick, Nagy, York, McMahon, Clayton, Corporal Gregg, Swoop, Siebens, that's 14. Where's 15? There it is. Snyder, Ramirez, Irwin, Moffitt, Forster, Fuller, Coe, Yeager, Pointer, Krios, Bartol, Farzone, Rao, Strickland, Magnuson, Page, Kidon, T. Anderson, Hunter, Williamson, and Lanza are all here being awarded the Valorous. You can see why I don't have everybody post, because these are massive lists. All right. The next up is the Presidential. So this is the top citation. So again, this is awarded to 15 to 20 combat missions that these soldiers participated in. Quite an achievement, right? That shows that you were there for, had to almost be the everything, all but 2 months. You had to attend everything. So in this case, we have Lotus, we have Tracy, we have White, we have First Sergeant Garcia, we have Duck, Ivanov, Nicholas, we have Staff Sergeant Bird, we have Sergeant Fitzgerald, Sergeant Starling, Sergeant Donnelly, Sergeant Fives, Corporal McIntosh, Corporal Owa, Corporal Winners, Corporal Birdie, Specialist Bills, we have Hewson, Ericola, Mackenheimer, Author, J. Anderson, J. Erickson, Sordrel, and Mincing. Humongous achievement to be able to get a Presidential Unit Citation. 15 out of 20. You missed 5 operational missions throughout the entire year of 2024. So outstanding job. That's amazing. So big hoo to all these soldiers. Well, now while you're doing all that, I gotta get myself organized here because I got papers everywhere. All right. In the meantime, can I get Ivanov, Nicholas, and Owa post? All right. Bowface. Got Ivanov and Owa. All right. So, as I just mentioned, these soldiers were on the Presidential Unit Citation list. These 3 soldiers, Ivanov, Nicholas, and Owa, attended 20 out of 20. They attended every operational mission in 2024. With that, they are all hereby being awarded a Bronze Star. It shows extreme dedication to be here for all of this. We had Ivanov, all 20 combat operations, Nicholas, all 20 combat operations, and Owa, all 20 combat operations and Ranger mission. So a big congratulations. That we moved to issuing and awarding a Bronze Star a couple years ago for 100% attendance throughout the entire campaign. It shows consistency. It shows your leadership. It shows your dependability. And obviously, having all of that and your expertise in every mission is really what made us successful.
What?
So, congratulations. Oh,
Sorry?
Sorry, forget about Ericsson.
what's that?
Ericsson had 20
For a bit,
missions.
why?
Who? I'm sorry.
Specialist Ericsson.
Oh, well, we'll have to look into that. It's not here, so. Not here, not there. All right, Belface. All right. Belface. Oh, I'm sorry. Fall back in. First, aren't you want to take note of that? All right. Cleared some pages with all that, which is outstanding. All right. Next up, if I can get Tracy post. Buffers. All right. Chief Tracy, you're hereby being awarded the Air Medal with V device. Chief Warrant Officer Tracy has shown over nearly the past and nearly 2 years that he is a competent, dedicated, and professional pilot. Chief Tracy has flown numerous combat missions within Operation Crimson Sand and Operation Northern Lights. In these campaigns, he has supported the efforts of the ground forces of the 3rd Infantry Division by flying inserts, exfils, resupply requests. Chief, most recently, during Mission Santa's Delivery in Operation Northern Lights, was tasked with flying in 3 supply crates at once, and he did so successfully while taking massive amounts of accurate small arm fire to his aircraft. The 3 supply crates were dropped at the DZ bullets, accurately allowing 1st Platoon Widowmakers to fend off the ongoing attack. So being awarded the Air Medal with V device for his service, and that operational mission, Christmas or Santa's delivery. So outstanding. Oh.
What?
All right, Bellface. Congrats, Chief. Fall back in. All right, Lotus. Post. We're wrapping up here shortly, Bird. We're not too far off. All right, Bellface. All right. First, I will read the citation. So, Chief Lotus, often called Loftus by me, has shown exceptional heroism during Operation Northern Lights while operating his UH-72 Bravo Lakota. On 5 separate occasions, Chief Warrant Officer 3, Lotus, while operating in light reconnaissance helicopter, defeated 5 minimum to heavy medium attack helicopters in an aerial dogfight while only utilizing the mounted 50 cal machine gun. The chief skillfully piloted his UH-72 Bravo through both intense enemy aircraft or anti-aircraft and enemy helicopter fire while conducting aerial dogfighting and distinguished little to no damage of his helicopter. The chief is the first recorded third ID ace pilot. Additionally, the chief filled in as the detachment leader for a period of roughly a month without failing without fail or issues during Operation Northern Lights. He showed great dedication and support to the unit during his time by managing, delegating, and supporting the unit by acting as a detachment leader over the period of the operation. The Chief's actions saved countless friendly ground unit lives, friendly equipment, as well as denying the enemy of air support and enemy air reinforcements to key strategic locations. His efforts directly led to the success of the 3rd ID in a peer-on-peer level fight and exceeded all expectations from leadership within the unit. His exemplary courage, aerial prowls, and unwavering dedication to the mission accomplishments under extreme adversity reflect great credit upon himself. Bring great credit upon himself, the 3rd Squadron, 17th Cav, 3rd Combat Aviation, and the 3rd ID. He's hereby being awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for his actions. Outstanding! Holy shit! Nice work. Oh.
Cool.
It's been years since we awarded one of these, I believe, if I stand corrected. And I do want to say he is the first ace. I think the closest one we had, Lieutenant Frost back in the day, only took out like 1. So, but congratulations and outstanding work, Lotus. Oh, all right, Bellface. Don't let that chest candy drag you down. It's pretty heavy. Fall back in. All right. Page 9, 8, 9. We're getting there. 15, 16. All right. Next up, if I can get, let's go in this order. If I can get R. Winters, post. Buffus. All right. Our winners, also known as Lady Winners, is up here to be recognized for not only her service to our unit, which spans almost 3 years, 2 years and almost 9 months, enlisting back in April of 2022. Has served in multiple positions, as we had her up here, of course, for her Meritorious Service Medal. Most frequently as a fire team member, and then moving into that squad medic for 2nd Squad, assisting in being an assistant platoon medic since about April, just the beginning of this campaign. She has been in that platoon assistant medic role behind Staff Sergeant Nicholas. Combat record-wise, she has over 42 combat records, assignments on her personnel file. She's engaged in that many missions throughout her 2.5, almost 3 years. With that, it's a sad day. However, we do want to celebrate your service. You're hereby being promoted to the grade rank of E5, effective immediately, so forth, that we can honor you an outstanding retirement within our unit. The amount of work that you've put in shows throughout your outstanding work within CID, as being obviously our top uniform updater in 2024. The amazing work that you've done on the combat element side, assisting in our medical side of the unit. As well as putting up with lieutenant winners is probably the biggest thing that you've probably done for us, and kept him good for us. So, Sergeant, congratulations. We'll definitely miss you, and we hope that you continue to stop in, say hello. Feel free. Retired status means that you can attend any of our campaign, any of our operations, any missions, anytime you want. So we hope to see you back here, and I'm pretty sure I'll definitely use a personal medic any given time. So congratulations. Oh. All right, Bellface. Congrats, Sarge, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fall back in. All right. With that, then, lieutenant winners, post. All right, Bellface. All right. Those that don't know this guy, this is Lieutenant Winters. He's retiring. No, I'll say some nice things. I told him I had at least three nice things to say for about him. Being that he's been here almost 4 months, or I mean 4 months, 4 years. Um, so obviously the lieutenant is part of our coveted command staff team. He has served in multiple roles throughout his career since enlisting with us. A long career of April of 2021 when he first enlisted, having served as a fire team member within First Squad, moving into the medical field for a short stint before taking on not only as the fire team leader within First Squad, but then moving over and taking his first squad leader position within Second Squad. Um, Knowing that we needed additional support in another squad, he gave up his second squad and moved on to third squad and led that squad as well. From that point, he really shined throughout everything that he's been in, from as a squad leader, fire team leader, and so forth. We promoted him up into that first platoon sergeant in 2022 and midway through 2022. And then shortly after there, about another year, just under, moved in to OCS and took over leading first platoon. From there, again, the guy answered the call day in, day out, every month, every year that he served with us. We had a need in second platoon of platoon leadership. We took on that merger with Sergeant First Class Duck, which then Vandal kind of got going off the ground, and then handed it over to the seamless transition of Lieutenant Winters. And all the service that he's put in within our second platoon reconnaissance. Between him and Sergeant Duck, the platoon has flourished and continues to take every blow, every hit it can take. And they're one, and the leadership of Lieutenant Winters here is a reason that is flourishing and continuing to grow. He's continued to lead second platoon since the end of 2023, so over an entire year. We've had his leadership within there. He's been a trusted member of our command staff. Those that don't know his efforts and work that goes into the DM West side of the unit. He's currently the OIC of CID. I would say voluntold to take that position by myself. He's one that does produce a lot of great stuff for our unit. Our current pinks and greens, that is his innovation. He was able to also help out in public affairs for a short stint as well, with some great footage and videos that we were able to produce for some campaigns and some nice cinematic stuff. His skill set is going to be extremely difficult to replace within our command staff team. We wish him and Sergeant Winters the best. Obviously, they're a couple, right? I do thank them for their service. It's many years. We're losing about 7.5 to 8 years of service with this retirement between these two to our unit. Obviously, we hope that they continue to again stop in, say hello. And be a part of the retirement gig. Enjoy the Jello Thursdays at the retirement home. But your service can't be summed up with just little words. I'm a talker, so with that, Lieutenant Winters, I hereby being promoted to the grade and rank of 03 Captain upon your retirement, and we highly thank you for your service. Hoa. Outstanding. All right. Winters, would you like to say anything? Give you that opportunity.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure to serve with everybody. Like when I joined this, I didn't understand the trip I was going to be taking. It's been almost 4 years now, and really through this gaming unit, I've met some of the best people ever. Some of the people I've actually met in real life, and I really believe I've made lifelong friends here, and I wish that for everybody. Everybody who has ambitions in this unit, set your mind to it. When I joined, I was kind of looking at that officer position and like seeing the requirements. I was like, nah, I'll probably make it up to a sergeant at best. But as the years dragged on and the positions opened up, and I was able to make it eventually. It was a long road, but everything's achievable here. So just set your mind to it, and you can accomplish it. And I wish everybody all the best. And I will be popping by from here and there, and I will meet everybody in the next Ranger School because I'm planning on joining those every single time when they run and being a cadre there because I think those are one of my favorite schools ever. We do a lot of great work there, and we try to deliver a really solid experience. So for anybody who hasn't tried out the 24-hour Ranger School, I know we're a year off from that, but if you're still here, go ahead and try it out. It's great.
Outstanding. There is a reason why we call it the winner's 24 hours of pain, and it's dubbed after the lieutenant here. So, congratulations and hoa. Thank you. All right, Captain Bellface. Thanks again, Captain. Well earned.
Thank you, sir.
Fall back in. All right. Next up here, I'm gonna rapid fire some of these. I did miss a page that has some stuff on it. So obviously, with our end of a campaign, we have done a combat or airborne jump. So I'm not going to have everybody post just in sake of time. We're already 10 minutes past, and we still got a change of command ceremony. So the following soldiers hereby being awarded their Airborne Jump Star First Award, meaning you made your first combat jump. Zavik, Fitzgerald, Starling, winners are winners. Birdie, Owa, Specialist Bill, Sebens, Brewers, Jaeger, Pointer, Author, McIntosh, Sorgel, Strickland, Rao, Swoop, and Minsink. We then have Sergeant Nicholas, Specialist Snyder, Specialist Franklin, earning their second jump star. Third jump star, we have D. Marsh, Duck, Bird, McMahon, Fives, Houston, Krios, and Hunter. And to round off the final jump star, we have for the fourth one, Ivanov and Donley. If I can get Minsink, Rao, Pointer, Burchek, and T. Anderson post. All right, Buffets. So, as Captain Winters just pointed out, the Ranger School, like I said, I missed this. This would have been before this. These soldiers were the survivors, I will say, of the Rangers' 24-hour mission, the 24 hours of Winter's pain and Lieutenant Vandal's pain, and all the cadre staff that kind of put them through. These soldiers are hereby being awarded the Ranger tab, completed back on December 21st/22nd, as it's a 24-hour course, and again are hereby being awarded their Ranger tab. It opens them up for some extra missions, as we talked about. Usually we run a Ranger mission or two during our campaigns that's only available to our Rangers, so it's worth the course. It is a hell of a dedicated time to be able to stay up behind your PC for that 24 hours. There's a lot of stuff in there that works you physically and mentally. And obviously your eyes will bleed. So I'm joking. Maybe, I don't know. But congratulations on achieving the 24 hours. It's a hell of a feat. And Rangers lead the way. Outstanding. Ballface? Congrats, Rangers. Well earned. Fall back in. All right. Pointer and Minsink, which I don't think were here. Nope. Are hereby being awarded. Pointers on stream. Hereby being awarded their French Fourragère, the damn French chord that I can never pronounce. What was it?
French Fortagé.
Fortagé. There it is. The French Fortagé. And I'm French. That's terrible for me. I blame the French Canadians. All right. So in this case, this is awarded for achieving 3 out of our 5 skill badges. So in this case, both these soldiers achieved their airborne, air assault, and with the completion of Ranger School that they were on that list, completed their Ranger tab. So being able to be awarded their French Fourragère. Congrats to those soldiers. Oh.
Wow.
All right. Next up, if I can get Chief Dio post. Buffface? All right. If you want somebody that's persistent in this unit and a pain in the ass, meet Chief Dio. He is our command chief warrant officer in charge of 3 cab. He brings a hell of value to not only our 3 cab, however, also our command staff team. He is one that is ruthless in his pursuit to get what he wants, but that's not it. I mean, that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. I will say that with that pursuit, he accepts the outcome regardless. So he's extremely humble. He's extremely dedicated to this unit and the roles that he's taken. His real life experiences that he has with his military service, his law enforcement background, as well as just the leadership that he brings to our command staff team and our unit as a whole, it can't go unnoticed. As I said, that he's relentless and he's a pain in the ass. Is that he's been put in for Chief Warrant Officer 5, I want to say for almost every month for almost over a year. And it's one of those calls that it's my call. And finally, Chief, you finally wore me down. I'm tired. This is it. Congratulations. You're hereby being awarded, promoted to Chief Warrant Officer 5. The first one ever in unit history. Outstanding. Hoa.
Wow.
He has already stated, and I know it already, that he's going to make a Chief Warrant Officer 6 next, which isn't even a thing. So, but again, as I said, outstanding job. You bring so much value to this unit, so much value to 3 cabs, and your counsel and your advice throughout our command staff meetings and command staff chats is second to none. What you bring to the unit can't be corralled in a rank. So I appreciate everything that you do for this unit, the dedication, the communication that you have with myself and the rest of the command staff when things are happening. You open up yourself, and you're one that can be 100% relied on every single time. So congratulations, Chief, and it's an honor to be able to finally get you that CW5, even though I said no so many times. But I love you, so congratulations. All right, Bellface. Congrats, Chief. Now get the fuck out of my face.
Excessive?
That was excessive. All right. So, I think I wrapped up almost everything. If I can, I know this soldier is not in the unit. I mean, in formation. So it's unfortunate. We went through and had a selection process of our Q4 2024 Soldier of the Quarter, and we finally came to this soldier who enlisted only back in June of this year. So he enlisted. He currently is CLS qualified, obviously land knife qualified, airborne, air assault, and ranger qualified. This soldier has showed extreme dedication over the last 6 months and 8 days of their service. Did I also mention he's qualified at the driver course, which is something that we're actually discontinuing and revamping, potentially, the badge itself. This soldier is within a few DMOSs. The potent one that I know of and want to talk on is recruiting and retention. The soldier here, throughout his 6 months, joined RRO almost right away as soon as he was a private second class. And since then, in that 6 months, has completed the most amount of NSOs out of any recruiter in the entire shop. So with this, I'd like to award and recognize for Soldier of the Quarter or fourth quarter with a Soldier's Medal, Specialist Pointer. Hoa. Outstanding. He's currently not in formation. He is on stream, so congratulations, Specialist. This is extremely well earned. You were up against some pretty good candidates as well, for this role. What really did it, obviously, the command staff vote, the work that you've done through your position in the unit, as well as the dedication to making sure that we're constantly bringing people in. I'm lucky enough to be a part of those chats for recruiting and retention, and are able to see the effort and how you bend over backwards to get an NSO done. You might be busy, but you're saying, hey, I'll be available in 15 minutes. Can you wait, or can we meet in 20? Anything like that. You're constantly going after and ensuring that we have new soldiers coming into this unit, and it's humongous that we hit that 233 of our applicants in 2024, and you just enlisted in June. So, I mean, you were a humongous part of that. So, congratulations. And again, being awarded the Soldier's Medal. Hooah. He will be a part of our Third ID podcast as well. So, Public Affairs will be putting that together here in January. But he'll be the special guest there to where we will also be talking to him on that. Without further ado, then, if I can get Duck and Bird post. Bird is in chat. Oh, no, he's back there. Do I see some moving? All right, Buffers.
This new OCS is retarded. Give him a second.
You gotta lock your head, man.
Oh my God.
God damn.
My fucking alt key's broken.
All right. Who's his future platoon sergeant here? Can you arrest him and bring him up?
Here, let's
Da-
bring him up there.
Damn it, Sergeant Marsh. All right, Buffface. All right. Well, that whole shindig right there is why we're getting him out of the NCO Corps and making him an officer, okay? So these two soldiers are hereby went through a rigorous board panel for OCS selection. We had great interviews with all the candidates that came through, and these gentlemen and those that that applied for the OCS position made it extremely difficult for us as a command staff team, as a company staff, to be able to select who our next OCSs are. Of course, I'll start off with Duck, who's replacing Captain Winters, who's retiring. And we don't have that next replacement for him just yet, as we're, again, second platoon's in development and is flourishing. So I look forward to being able to name that down the road. But Sergeant First Class Duck is hereby being promoted to OCS to take on that platoon leader position. We then have Staff Sergeant Bird. So, as I made that announcement last month, and we'll have shortly after this our change of command ceremony, which will go fairly quick, hopefully, that we're vacating, obviously, 1st Platoon with Lieutenant Vandal coming back up in the company. So with that, we have selected Staff Sergeant Bird, squad leader of 2nd Squad, to resume the position of 1st Platoon leader, and he's hereby being promoted to officer candidate as well. Both these soldiers in the next coming quarter, a couple months here, will be going through OCS with myself and Lieutenant Vandal as they learn, obviously, the officer role, learn how to post, how to turn their head, and how not to lock their alt key, and all that good jazz. But I couldn't be more proud of the soldiers we selected. This does also enter Bird into our command staff team. Duck is already there as a platoon sergeant. But Lieutenant Bird, OCS Bird, will be serving alongside Sergeant First Class Marsh, and they'll be the ones leading 1st Platoon Widowmakers going forward. So congratulations to these two. Hooah.
Hooah.
All right. About face. Congrats, cadets. Fall back in. They all took a pay cut, too, because now they're E5s. All right. Without further ado, I want to say we are to the point of our change of command ceremony. So at first, if I can get our narrator to post in position.
this side. So when you are, Major?
All right, go ahead, start off.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the United States Army, welcome to today's change of command ceremony, where the leadership of Alpha Company War Eagles transitions from Captain G. Tucci to First Lieutenant A. Vandal. The change of command is a time-honored tradition that symbolizes transfer of authority, responsibility, and trust from one commander to another. Today's ceremony is presided over by MAJ J.LaFlash, Battalion Commander. Let us begin.
All right. Go ahead and First Sergeant, Captain, and Lieutenant, go ahead post. All right. All right. Go ahead, post in position. A little bit more of a diamond, so Lieutenant, Captain, move up towards me more. There you go. All right. All right. So, first off, remarks by me. Obviously, thanks for joining this significant moment in our Alpha Company history. Today, we recognize the incredible service of Captain Tucci, which is to my left, right of your formation, and welcome the capable leader of Lieutenant Vandal on my right, your left. I'm going to start saying some nice things about Captain Tucci here, so hold fast. His career really shows that dedication and commitment. Since joining Alpha Company as a fire team leader in 2015, he has progressed through the ranks, serving each role as squad leader, as a platoon sergeant, as a executive officer, and then lately as a company officer, a company commander. His leadership has left a lasting impact on Alpha Company War Eagles, guiding us through successful operations, successful training exercises, and a lot of unit milestones. Captain Tucci's your service to Alpha Company has been invaluable, and we thank you for the hard work and unwavering leadership. It's great to know that your service to the 3rd ID doesn't just end here. As you take on the next role as Alpha Company Executive Officer and re-engage in all the back-end processes of the unit, I look forward, and we all look forward, to your continued support of Lieutenant Vandal and First Sergeant Garcia and Alpha Company. Captain, thank you for your service. Now on to Lieutenant Tucci here. Now we turn to you, a leader with deep roots within Alpha Company. Since joining in 2021 as a fire team member, Lieutenant Vandal has ascended through all the ranks, demonstrating excellence in every position, from fire team leader of 3rd Squad Ghosts to squad leader of 1st Squad Scorpions, to platoon sergeant and then platoon leader of Widowmakers, and also platoon leader of Griffins as we launch into there, and then into that executive officer role as well. His dedication to the mission and to the soldiers that he leads is constantly been evident. Lieutenant Vandals possesses a unique combination of operational expertise, innovative thinking, and a strong sense of duty. His prior experience in key positions, such as his role as an intel officer of S2, and his recent work within FIG, highlights his ability to plan, execute, and adapt to complex challenges. These qualities will serve well for him in Alpha Company as he resumes command. Lieutenant Vandal, we have every confidence that you will lead Alpha Company War Eagles to distinction, or with distinction, carrying towards the proud traditions of the unit while preparing it for the future challenges. So next up, we then have the passing of the rifle, and I'll take that off to the narrator.
The heart of today's ceremony is the passing of the M16 rifle, symbolizing the authority and responsibility of command. By passing the rifle, we honor the outgoing commander's relinquishment of command and the incoming commander's acceptance of this sacred trust. The ceremonial rifle is carried by First Sergeant Garcia, the Alpha Company First Sergeant. First Sergeant Garcia hands the M16 to Captain Tucci. Captain Tucci passes the M16 to Major LaFlash, signifying the relinquishment of command. Major LaFlash presents the M16 to Lieutenant Vandal, symbolizing the assumption of command. Lieutenant Vandal returns the M16 to First Sergeant Garcia, completing the ceremony.
Outstanding. All right, go ahead. First Sergeant, post. At this, oh, go ahead. They're here.
At this time, please welcome Captain Tucci for his remarks as outgoing commander.
All right, everyone. I just want to say thank you for this. I think it's been a little over a year serving as your company commander. You've all been amazing. I hope I have also met your expectations, and I just want to thank you all for being here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be LT Vandal's XO, so I'll be helping him with his goals, and I'm putting you guys in good hands, so you have nothing to worry about. So thank you.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Now please welcome Lieutenant Vandal for his remarks as incoming commander.
Alright, so you guys know me. I've been around for almost 4 years, actually 4 years this month. Started off as a team leader, moved to a different squad, became a squad leader, where I had winners under me as a team leader at the time. Sergeant Ivanov was under me, Sergeant Bird was under me, or OCS Bird now. I've had a lot of really good leaders under me at that point. Went from squad leader, became platoon sergeant under, at the time was Lieutenant Chi, then moved up to platoon leader when he moved up to company commander. And then from there, I went over and started second platoon with Sergeant First Class Duck, well now OCS Duck. I've led at every echelon in this unit. I've been a part of all the major organizations, whether it was a squad, platoon, even at the company staff at one point, and even come back down to first platoon. I plan to do a lot of good things for this unit. I plan to keep leading you guys in the best way I can, support you guys however I can, and thank you for the opportunity, Major, to be the commander for the unit, and I look forward to working with all our new leadership and with the people in this unit for the years to come. With that, War Eagle 6 is signing on the net.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's change of command ceremony for Alpha Company. On behalf of Major LaFlash, Captain Tucci, and First Lieutenant Vandal, thank you for attending. Please join us in congratulating both the outgoing and incoming commanders.
Hoa! Hell yeah.
Soldiers of Alpha Company, dismissed.
All right. With that, stand fast, sorry. That was just dismissed from the ceremony. So obviously, I'll turn it over to Lieutenant Vandal here in a second. Obviously, we are kicking off 2024 FTX. He can kind of explain a little bit what that entails today, or maybe now Lieutenant Tucci, who we didn't mention anything, but obviously he's taken that non-punitive to First Lieutenant. But without further ado, go ahead, Lieutenant. Take charge of your company.
Yes, sir. All right, you guys are going to be working underneath your platoon leadership for the next month or two. You guys have 3 different phases for training up to our next deployment, which will be to Egypt. We will be doing fight against insurgents that have rebelled against UN presence there, and in support of hopefully the Egyptian army. With that, you guys are dismissed to go to your platoon leadership and start your training portion. Understand the first month and a half to 2 months will be all squad and platoon level focus, and then the last month, which is our green phase, will be a company FTX with all 3 elements incorporated into large evaluation portion prior to the deployment. So with that, platoon leaders, take command of your platoons and conduct your training.
All right,
Wow.
let's get to work. Fall out. Get ready for the sir to get up.
All right.
All right, Cav. Dismiss.
For start, I'm gonna be AFK for a little bit here. I gotta put the kids down.
No problem.
Wait for instructions from your squad leaders.
Yeah, we're gonna restart this server, and then everyone could rejoin back here in like 5 minutes.
I appreciate it.
I'm so glad I didn't botch that.
First,
That could have been
Lieutenant
so
Tucci, if you
bad.
can hear me, please put it on Anzia.
All right, everybody. Much appreciated for stopping in, saying hello. Thanks for everybody that jumped on the stream today. Obviously, humongous day for us. A lot of changes starting 2024. Got new company command, new platoon leadership, kind of a refresh to really focus on excelling our unit into 2025. So hope you stay tuned, and if you're in the unit, be a part of the ride with us. If you're not, check us out. Be a part of the ride. But without further ado, appreciate it. Everybody carry on.